Hi there, it's Margie Warrell here. Well, it's hard to believe another year is winding up. And if you're like a lot of people that I've been talking to, you're probably feeling like you've got too much on your plate, too much to get done before the year ends. But I think it's really important as we move toward the end of a year to take some time to reflect on the year that was. So often in all the pressure and that we feel to get things done and to keep focusing on what we haven't yet done, we don't take that time to just reflect, to celebrate all that we've done, to acknowledge all we've overcome, and even to extract the hard-won wisdom that the year that has just been holds for us. So I have 5 questions I would love you to ask yourself and answer, and I have a worksheet that I will be sharing with you in my latest blog that you can download to really do your own little bit of self-reflection on paper. The first one is, what do you need to celebrate? What do you need to celebrate about the things that you've accomplished or changed or done in the year that's just gone? You know, I know me, my personality, it tends to be very focused always on what is it I still need to get done. I'm not so good at stopping and going, look how much I've done. And as I sat down this morning and wrote a list of what I've done this year, it made me think, no wonder I'm feeling so tired at the moment, because it's been a really big year. And sometimes I've burnt the candle a little bit at both ends as I've parented children and run a business and tried to build my impact across hemispheres and around the world. And it's really easy sometimes not to just stop and go, hey, I've done a lot. So I encourage you, ask yourself, write down a list. What is it that you have done this year that you need to stop and get present to and celebrate and take a bow for or pat yourself on the back? Secondly, where is it that you need to acknowledge yourself for just how you've shown up and the things you've had to overcome and manage this year? It may be that you haven't kicked any great big goals, that you haven't accomplished some of the things you'd have liked to have accomplished, because life has come at you and you've had to deal with situations and problems and challenges that you may never have predicted or planned for. So just take some time to just acknowledge how you have shown up and what you've had to manage. I did an exercise recently at a conference with a woman where I got everybody to acknowledge each other for what they've done this year. And I said to her, what would you like to be acknowledged for? She said, well, I've had cancer, I've separated from my partner, I've been trying to raise my 3 children, and my family lives on the other side of the world in England. And I just acknowledged her for the great mum that she's been to her children and all she's done, and she got really teary. And afterwards she emailed me and said how powerful that was. And the reason I share that with you now is simply because so often we don't just stop and acknowledge, heck, I'm dealing with a lot. I've dealt with a lot, and I've got out of bed and I've pressed on and I've showed up even when the times have been really hard and I felt like just throwing it in and staying in bed all day. So acknowledge yourself for what you've dealt with, the disappointments, the hurdles, the hurts, all of that stuff. It's really important that you do that, because I'm sure you've had to deal with a lot this year. The third question to ask yourself is, where do you need to rewrite a story about an event that's happened this year? So often we carry forward with us negative and destructive emotions based on the story we've told ourselves about events from the past. Maybe someone has betrayed you this year, let you down and really damaged trust. Maybe you've failed at something. Maybe you've made a mistake. Maybe you're carrying guilt or shame. Maybe you're just feeling really resentful toward a situation or person. Where is that failing to serve you? I can tell you it won't be serving you as you move into the year ahead. But it's based on the story you're telling yourself. And I encourage you, how can you tell yourself another story about an event that is really triggering and amplifying some level of negativity within you that's not serving you and is certainly going to close down what's possible for you as you move into the new year? What's another story that you could tell yourself that would serve you that much more? The 4th question is to think about, who are the people that you need to be thankful for from the year just gone? The people who've supported you, the people who've cheered you on, the people who've provided a shoulder to cry on, or who've just said an encouraging word to you when you really needed to hear it. Or maybe they've just given you a resource or said, hey, I really think you should look at moving this direction or reaching out to this person. You know, we are so much better when we are supported by other people, and our relationships, as they can amplify the negative emotions, but they can also amplify the best. So take some time to write down who are the people that you're so thankful for in the year just gone, and to let them know how grateful you are to them. Maybe even let them know the impact that they made that they might be completely oblivious to. They were just doing what they were doing. They were just being a friend. But let them know, because you have no idea how just doing that could really make their day and help them, honestly, just top them up in a way. It could be a wonderful Christmas gift. The fifth question is, what's a new decision you're going to make for yourself in the year to come? You know, our decisions hold power. To decide, the word decide comes from the Latin to cut off. Think of the word scissors. We're cutting off one choice or a series of other choices or other options, and we're really focusing on one thing. So what's a decision that you're willing to make for yourself that will set you on a new trajectory, maybe in your work or in a relationship? What is something that you're deciding you're going to say no to, or you're going to say yes to, or you're going to say enough to? What is a goal that you're going to decide to take on? What is a habit you're going to decide to create? We're so much better off building good, positive habits than we are trying to end the bad ones. What is something, a boundary that you're going to set? So I really want you to think about what's a powerful decision that you can make for yourself, to take care of yourself even as you head toward a new year. Our decisions ultimately shape our lives, and I really hope that as you look back on the year just gone and the decisions you've made, you can also identify a decision that you'll want to make for yourself that really will set you up to ensure that the year ahead will be one that is more rewarding, and that you're able to live with a greater sense of purpose and passion and bravery than you ever would otherwise. I hope this is helpful for you, and I encourage you to download the worksheet that will be embedded into the blog that I'm writing about this. And I wish you a really strong, powerful, passionate, enjoyable and merry end to this year. Please take care, and remember that it's not about being better than anybody else. It's about just simply working on being a better version of yourself every day. Bye-bye.